Now we're going to discuss a double transfer. A double transfer is when the license is changing from one location to another and also from one ownership group to another. For example, in our previous discussion about person-to-person transfers, we had Jason Inc. transferring their license to Sarah Inc., but keeping it at the same location. In a double transfer, Jason Inc. is selling his liquor license to Sarah Inc. from West Hollywood to downtown LA. Therefore, in this particular case, the license is not only going to change from Jason Inc. to Sarah Inc., but it's also going to change its address. This particular process is a little bit more complicated than a per-to-per transfer. The reason being is that when you go to a new location, not only does the posting have to go up for the ABC for the 30 days, but also you're going to have to send mail to residents within 500 feet. In a person-to-person transfer, the mailer is not required. When going through a double transfer, you have to secure a liquor license on the open market within the county that you're in. For example, if we are based in Orange County and I have a location in Laguna Beach, I can transfer a license from Anaheim, Santa Ana, Newport Beach, Costa Mesa, or any other city within Orange County. What I cannot do is take a license from Bakersfield and move it into Laguna Beach. Again, in a double transfer, licenses must be purchased within the county that you are planning on opening up in. If you are in fact in need of a liquor license as a buyer in a double transfer, you can call us, AAA Liquor License Consulting, and we will go ahead and secure you a liquor license on the open market within the county that you're opening up in. In addition to securing you your liquor license, we'll also go ahead and provide you consultation services and file your ABC application for transfer. In the case that your location is approved by the city, that you're built and operational, ABC will take about 3 to 4 months to transfer a liquor license. If in fact that you need a conditional use permit and or you have 8 months of construction build out before you're operational, ABC will allow us to file the transfer, but they will not activate the license until said time that your CUP has been approved, or if it's a construction thing, that your construction has been completed and the business is operational. It's imperative that you as a buyer are clear and concise with when your opening dates are, because depending on your opening date and when you're fully operational will dictate the time frame of the escrow. Us at AAA Liquor License Consulting, when discussing your project with you, will ask you said questions as to how long things will take. And based off that answer, will dictate whether you're ready to secure a liquor license or not. And when you retain our services, we will guide you and appropriately let you know as to when you are now ready to buy a license. For example, I have a client that's looking for a build out for 14 to 15 months. At this point in time, they are not ready to buy a liquor license. The reason being is that if you, the seller, have signed a deal with the buyer that's going to take 14 months, then you, the seller, are not going to see your money. That's not advantageous to either the seller, the buyer, or me, the consultant, in addition to the ABC. Therefore, if you are my client and you are quoting me 12 to 14 months to finish your construction, I'm going to let you know that we're going to go through about 6 months of seeing if we can find a seller that's willing to stay in a deal that long. And if unsuccessful in finding a seller that wants to stay in a year-long deal, as we get closer, maybe 5 to 6 months out from your operational opening date, we're then going to go ahead and secure you a liquor license at that point in time. Again, I cannot stress this enough. The reason why you do not want to secure a liquor license 12 months from your opening operational date is a seller is not going to get their money for an entire year. A seller is selling their liquor license to recuperate losses from the business, and they would like their money as quickly as possible. Escrow cannot prematurely release money to a seller because the escrow is subject to ABC approval. Without ABC approval, the escrow cannot close. As a seller in a double transfer, it's imperative that you ask your consultant or broker to qualify the buyer and find out how long their deal is going to take. Of course, delays may happen, things can happen during a transaction, but it's imperative that the broker or consultant qualify the deal as clearly as possible to ensure you, the seller, a proper guideline and timeline as to when the escrow can close and you can receive your funds from the sale. As a seller, when you receive escrow documents, it's very important that you review them, that you see who the buyer is, what address they're putting it at, and that the ABC 211A sign-off that the escrow company has sent you, in fact, has buyer information on there. Without a buyer on your escrow documents, you're going into somebody's inventory in what we call a AAA liquor license, purgatory, which is no good. So, as a seller, when you retain AAA liquor license consulting, we will review where the buyer is going, we will qualify the buyer, and if the buyer is represented by another broker or consultant, we will garner all the pertinent information for you, the seller, to ensure that this deal can close within a timely fashion. If the consultant that represents the buyer does not give us the information in which we feel comfortable and what's best for you, the seller, we will advise you to not proceed with that particular deal, and we will go ahead and look for another qualified buyer who can close within a reasonable time. If in fact the buyer is qualified and can close in an appropriate time, we will advise you to move forward with the deal, and we will also help consult and advise as to what documents need to be signed, when the ABC application is going to be filed, and give you weekly, bi-monthly updates as to how the process is coming along with your liquor license. We have a 24-hour callback rule. We ensure that you, the seller, are always updated on where you're at with this transaction. In a double transfer, buyers and sellers both should want to close quickly. As a buyer, if you truly are ready to purchase your liquor license, then it's imperative that you have everything done that you need to on your side in order to complete the transaction. As a seller, there's a couple things that you can look at, whether it be pricing or timing or both. You communicate that to us at AAA Liquor License Consulting, and we will qualify you a buyer that fits exactly what it is that you want out of a sale. Whether you're interested in selling or whether you're interested in buying in a double transfer, please feel free to call us at 310-614-8274 or email me at jason@AAAliquorlicenses.com. When you are a buyer for a double transfer liquor license, prior to you securing a liquor license, you need to find out whether your location is permitted for full liquor. That is done through city planning. You need to contact city planning to find out whether any kind of conditional use permit is needed. If city planning tells you that you are zoned appropriately and that no use permit is needed for that type of business operation, then you are ready to purchase a liquor license. If the city tells you that you need a conditional use permit or any type of use permit in order to obtain a full liquor license and operate with one at your business, it's imperative that you start that process first prior to garnering a liquor license. You can call us at AAA Liquor License Consulting, and we will help consult you on how to garner your conditional use permit. You can retain our services for a conditional use permit, and we will also advise you as to when is an appropriate time to secure your liquor license.